Welcome back to Talking Marvel. We have a big one for you today. Symbiotes are a big part of the Marvel Universe and are also very interesting beings intertwined into storylines. These powerful parasites are some of the deadliest creatures in Marvel, so we're here to rank the top 10 of them. Starting with number 10 is Scream. Scream is very likely to be the most powerful member of the Life Foundation mercenaries that bonded with the spawn of Venom. The host, Donna Diego, was a mercenary like the others, but she was far less stable, and this quickly manifested itself tenfold in the Scream symbiote. Capable of extending her hairs and tendrils as a weapon, Scream proved her power when she killed her four brothers in a fit of rage. Scream also controlled Donna's body after the woman was killed by Venom, an incredible feat considering symbiotes are parasites and need a living host to survive. It also has a web-slinging ability as well as superhuman strength, though still suffers from debilitating weaknesses to ultrasonic sound and extreme heat. It does have the ability to create ultrasonic sound itself, however, giving it the edge against many other symbiotes. Next up at number 9 is Hybrid. When Eddie Brock was captured by the Doomsday-obsessed Life Foundation and separated from his symbiote, the group forcibly removed 5 gestating spawns from Venom. These would then become the symbiotes Riot, Phage, Lasher, Agony, and Scream. Though Scream would escape with its host Donna Diego, the remaining 4 would eventually be merged into the Gestalt entity Hybrid after Scream destroyed the other 4 on her way out. Unfortunately, despite the combined strength, the 4 symbiotes' consciousness struggled to work together as one. At number 8, we have Sleeper. Sleeper is a little different from some of the other symbiotes in that rather than bonding with the host straight away, it was instead given some additional time to develop. This extra incubation period led to it developing some new powers, including increased camouflage capabilities and the ability to put its enemies to sleep by releasing powerful neurotoxins. He is the youngest son of Venom, and while Sleeper is still prone to brutality, the symbiote didn't become a mindless killing machine like all of Venom's other offspring. He boasts an increased cognitive functionality that allows it to take a much more measured approach to combat rather than just diving in headfirst. It's so aware, in fact, that Sleeper lobotomized its host, Talkar, and uses him as a puppet in order to avoid being influenced by the Kree warrior. The next deadliest symbiote is Scorn at number 7. The second spawn of Carnage, Scorn was left bonded to Dr. Tanis Neves. When the Carnage symbiote was separated from its longtime host, serial killer Cletus Cassidy, it was chemically lobotomized and harvested in an attempt to create an advanced line of prosthetics. Neves bonded with the spawn of Carnage after unknowingly carrying it in her arm. As a symbiote born from an experimental union of alien biology and Earth technology, the Scorn symbiote possesses the ability to interface with computer systems, as well as absorb and adapt all form of cybernetic enhancements and weaponry. Scorn was able to match Carnage in strength and fury, but was also defeated by him. At number 6 is Carnage. Venom's most dangerous offspring became one of Marvel's most vicious villains after bonding with serial killer Cletus Cassidy. Carnage is more violent, unpredictable, and some would say more powerful than Venom. Easily the most ruthless of all Marvel's Earth-based symbiotes, Carnage has been plagued since its inception by the evil of its first host. As Venom mentions in Venom Let There Be Carnage, red symbiotes tend to be a lot more deadly than others, and it doesn't take long for Carnage to prove this point. Technically stronger than Venom, as each generation of symbiotes genetically improves upon the previous, this volatility is unfortunately also Carnage's great weakness, allowing it to be outsmarted and manipulated frequently. Carnage can shape its limbs as solid weapons and even travel phone wires to attack people on the other side of the line. It has, however, displayed some abilities not common in its species, including condensing itself into a subatomic state and expanding to infect multiple hosts at a time, once simultaneously absorbing and possessing the citizens of an entire town. At number 5, we have Antivenom. After being separated from the Venom symbiote, Eddie Brock would eventually come into contact with the criminal gang leader Mr. Negative, who activated the remnants of the alien in Eddie's bloodstream, creating a negative symbiote, which came to be known as Antivenom. After Eddie's cancer is cured by Mr. Negative, antibodies in his blood end up mutating Venom, which leads to the brand new symbiote being born. As its name might suggest, Antivenom is the complete opposite of the original symbiote, both in terms of its outward appearance and its incredibly impressive innate abilities. Inverting the black and the white of the original Venom symbiote, Antivenom's powers are also a lot less destructive, as it can cure people afflicted by things like radioactivity, parasites, diseases, and drugs. Additionally, this new symbiote possesses no consciousness of its own, allowing Brock to retain full control while wielding it. To make this symbiote even more impressive, Antivenom is resistant to heat and sound, the Clintar's most significant weaknesses. Next up at number 4 is Toxin. Toxin is a symbiote spawned from Carnage, and is the 1000th symbiote in the Clintar lineage. The son of Carnage was believed to be the most powerful symbiote ever created. This raw power of Toxin was so great that he was feared by even the King in Black, Null, creator and leader of the symbiotes. Toxin has the same powers and abilities as Venom and Carnage, but is stronger than both combined. In addition, he has a toxic bite, limitless healing abilities, can double in size, and is immune to Spider-Man's webs and spider sense. As well as raw strength, Toxin is also far more resistant to fire and sound than the average symbiote and possesses incredible tracking skills. Trained by Venom and bonded with a New York City cop named Patrick Mulligan, Toxin's powers remain restrained and focused on doing good. His childlike personality prevents him from unleashing his full power, something the whole universe is thankful for. Third on the list is Grindle. Grindle is a symbiote dragon created by the King in Black himself. Determined to destroy the light spreading in the universe, Null gave birth to the first symbiote dragons, powerful beings capable of crossing the galaxies and laying waste to everything in their way. One of the several symbiote dragons, Grindle is able to cross between galaxies and has enough firepower in his arsenal to deal with just about anything and anyone that happens to get in its way. Unlike other symbiotes, Grindle does not require a host, meaning that there's absolutely nothing holding it back. This makes it utterly relentless in its pursuit of chaos and destruction. Grindle and its brothers are all raw power and fury, capable of killing gods, laying waste to entire civilizations, and even infecting sentient beings with symbiotes to grow Null's army. They are the most powerful soldiers in Null's war against the light, though it has the same heat, sound, and electricity weaknesses as most other symbiotes. Coming in at number 2, Venom. The original and most famous symbiote of all, Venom has been a hero, a villain, and everything in between. Venom and Eddie Brock are not the most powerful symbiotes when we measure raw power. Nevertheless, no other symbiote has so much determination as Venom. Time and time again, Venom was tested against more dangerous symbiotes and always comes out on top because he's willing to sacrifice everything to keep the world a safer place. He's the most resilient symbiote compared to many others. A symbiote is only as strong as the bond that it shares with its host. Venom has formed a number of strong bonds, the most notable of these being Eddie Brock, though the superior symbiote has taken over plenty of other strong hosts over the years as well. As the only Earth-based symbiote not born of this world, the Venom symbiote is intelligent, mature, and more experienced than its counterparts, drawing upon its years of exposure to a multitude of hosts to regularly modify its tactics and abilities for continuously greater results. While Venom has the killing impulses of all the symbiotes, which were created from the void to be killing machines, he proved he can conquer the urges and become a force for good. Because of his unbreakable spirit, Venom was recently powered up by the God of Light itself, allowing him to defeat Null once and for all. In addition, Venom has come out on top as the victor in many battles with symbiotes like Carnage, Hybrid, and Scream, all of which are arguably more powerful than he is. And finally, the deadliest symbiote in the Marvel Universe is Null. An ancient and powerful entity, Null is the god of symbiotes and the creator of their species. As soon as the Celestials brought light into his dark kingdom, Null forged the All Black, a blade that bounds with its host, much like all symbiotes do. As retaliation for bringing light into the darkness where it dwelled, Null destroyed one of the Celestials using the All Black. Inextricably linked to the cosmic void beyond dimensions, he is able to summon and manipulate this primordial darkness, utilizing it as though it were a vast symbiotic being itself, or forging fragments of it into incredibly powerful cosmic weapons. For a while, Null struck fear into the universe, waging war all alone against the Celestials. Null then created an army of symbiotes to conquer civilization throughout the universe, but also decided to create an army of symbiote dragons connected to him through a hive mind to conquer the universe while sitting at his dark throne. As the originator of the entire alien lineage, Null is capable of controlling and commanding all currently existing symbiotes, as well as creating new ones at his whim from the void, which empowers him. He is also virtually immortal, and has even the ability to manipulate time itself. Null is one of the biggest threats in the entire Marvel universe, and his dark empire extends for billions of years. Before we go, I'm going to name a few deadly symbiotes that just missed a cut. We have Bedlam, Venomsaurus Rex, Silence, Mania, and Venom's 4 other spawns, Riot, Lasher, Phage, and Agony. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want a deeper dive into any certain symbiote, let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.